If a little green is good, more is even better. Now, back to Green is Good with John Shigarian and Mike Brady.
Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so excited. We've got one of the great green entrepreneurs in the United States right now with us, William Walsh, who's the designer of the Green Box. William, you're calling in today, or we're calling you back in my hometown of New York City, New York. You've got a great product here. Tell us about how you came up with the Green Box. And again, welcome to Green is Good.
Well, John, how it came about was initially back in college. I played football in college, and I lived with 30, 40 other football players, and plates were always a problem. So our parents would bring up, grandma's old dishes after they were in the basement, and this isn't very environmentally friendly, but nobody wanted to wash dishes, so basically grandma's old dishes were used as disposable plates.
Well, let's give our listeners a little context here. Were you in college last year? How many years ago was this?
This is in 1992.
All right, so wait a second. You're an entrepreneur. You've been an entrepreneur and waiting for all this time?
Before that.
Okay, so you came up with this back then, and so this idea has been just sitting with you or germinating, or have you been evolving it since 92?
What happened was it was initially I just tore the top of the box off and ripped it into pieces of plates, like just 4 plates, like I thought everybody else did. And at the time my friends were like, "Yeah, you really need to do something with this." And I just kind of wrote it off as a bunch of idiots sitting around watching a football game, drinking a keg. So I didn't give it too much creed back at the time. And back then it was simply just the perforations. It was just the plates. There wasn't any other functionality added to the box.
Right.
And it was about 7 years ago, back in 8 years ago, 2002. I lived in Newport Beach, and that's where I really got involved in the environmental issues, and it really became. My girlfriend was an activist, and so she really awakened me to the problems. I took for granted that every forests were always going to be there, and the grass was going to grow, and the air was going to breathe, be clean to breathe. And we lived in Orange County in Newport Beach, and 30 miles north, you're in smog heaven in L.A.
Yeah.
And so we really got involved in the environmental push back in the early
2002.
Yeah, 01, 02.
Got it.
And we started there were some projects out in Newport about cleaning up the beaches, just all volunteer type of work, and did things like that. And a friend of mine, I was at he was a pretty wealthy guy. He just sold a construction company. We were at his daughter's, I think, 7th birthday party, and there were like 50 or 60 kids, very privileged kids in Newport Beach, and we ran out of paper plates, and it was a pizza party, and we had 50 pizzas delivered. We had all these pizza boxes, and my friend Dave was going to send his wife out to get plates, and I said, "Dave, there's no reason." I go, "Watch." And I just tore the top of a box and ripped it into 4 pieces, and the little girls just went wild. I mean, they started tearing up boxes, and they loved the fact that they had plates right there. They were making their own plates, and the kids just loved it. And after the party, Dave took me aside, and as I said, he just sold a pretty big construction company, so he was well off. And he said, "Listen, Will, you're onto something here." And I explained to him. I said, "Dave, it's really there's some major just inherent problems with a pizza box. It's unruly. It's a 16-inch pizza, roughly a 16-inch pizza box, roughly has about 16 and a half square feet of paper." Goes into one pizza box.
So wait a second. So during that birthday party, was that your new epiphany? Was that your magic moment, your aha moment? Like, I got to do it now. I can't wait any longer. I got to go for this.
Yeah, it was kind of it wasn't really it wasn't an event. It was more of a process. It was I got the reinforcement that the impetus, the base idea was good.
Right.
Multifunctional, and the kids loved the plates.
Right.
But what I said to him was, now that we removed the top of the box, now it's a bigger problem because you still can't fit it in the refrigerator. Now you have to, even if you can fit it in the refrigerator, there's no cover. Now you have to use Saran wrap and you have to use aluminum foil. And he goes, yeah, and I'm like, you still can't get it in the garbage can. So those are your basic problems with a pizza box. It has a single purpose, just delivery. It's a delivery mechanism. You can't fit it in the refrigerator. You can't fit it in the recycling bin, and it's extremely difficult to handle.
And do we know, Mike and I, when we were introducing you earlier in the show, before we brought you on from New York, we were talking about, do you know the number, Will, of how many pizza boxes are used every day in this country?
Well, I know how many are used every year.
How many a year? Give us a year.
2.37 billion are manufactured in this country every year. To give you a visual of that,
yeah.
You take that 2 years worth of usage, and a pizza box is 2 inches high. And if you stack those 2.37, actually 4.74 billion boxes, which would be 2 years worth of consumption just in the United States, you would actually go past the moon.
Unbelievable.
You stack the pizza boxes on top of
So you're taking something that we all take for granted because it's ubiquitous to our society now with 2.37 billion a year, and now you're reinventing it. You're evolving it to fit with the new green generation.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
So when
what happened that afternoon was Dave was like, well, you're an engineer, solve these problems. So we went to the local pizzeria, and they thought we were crazy. I said we ordered 100 pizza boxes, no pizza, just pizza boxes. And, went to Staples and got an X-Acto knife and a straight edge, and he said, fix it, create it. So I spent a weekend in my apartment. I didn't leave. My girlfriend thought I was out of my mind. I wouldn't go outside. I got just stuck, and that is when the process began. I came up with 3 or 4 different designs that were, reasonable,
right?
That worked,
right.
But some of them, I didn't. there were some constraints that I wanted to stick to.
Right.
I have a strong engineering background, but I wanted to make sure that it was. I didn't add any more material than was currently being used.
Right.
The B, I wanted it to be made out of 100% recycled material.
Right.
That's spiked out in the patent.
Beautiful.
Manufactured from 100% recycled material.
Right on.
This was when green was just a color. It wasn't. And the environment wasn't high on anyone's priority
list. That's right. You were early. You were before the green revolution took hold. You were early, way early.
Way early. Well, it was lucky because it took 6 years to get the patent through the process.
Wow. And so what
happened was I spent this weekend, I came up with 3 or 4 different designs and presented them to basically a test market.
Right.
I talked to a bunch of different people from different backgrounds, different ages, a bunch of different demographics, and got feedback. And out of that feedback, I kind of created what's now known as the Green Box is a brand.
Right.
It just happened that we have a plethora of products that are in the different stages of the patent and design process. But the Green Box was the first product that was released by the U.S. Patent Office. That's the one that we have.
And when did that get out? When did that come out?
It was released in 2007. June, July 2007.
So Mike's on your amazing website now, greenboxnewyork.com, and that has all your products on it, or all that are in motion?
No, we see the problem with our products is it's very inexpensive tooling.
Oh.
So patent pending affords you no protection whatsoever.
Gotcha. So you can only put stuff that's once it's patented up on the site and promote it.
Exactly.
Hey, and
it's too inexpensive to
got it.
Get off.
Yeah, and obviously you're a visionary and you're brilliant at what you do. I just want to tell our listeners, not all our entrepreneurs, listen closely to how he did this over the years and how he evolved this. But Will, you're not only you're a double major. You're an industrial design major and a marketing and business administration major. So take us a little bit through how you officially launched the box, where you are now, and why are you all over the media now? How have you pulled this off? Most people would be green with envy.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't. We didn't really do much, to be honest with you, about getting the word out there. We created a website and we shot a video And
tell us about that video. We know you; it's blown up. Tell our listeners about the convergence of online website and then video and then stuff like you're doing today with us on the radio. Tell us about the success.
This is Eco Incorporated's first product, the Green Box.
There's your video right there,
Pizza box
buddy.
of the 21st century.
Just amazing.
Yeah. Believe me, I know it.
So what happened? How did you gain?
What happened was we weren't too. I guess social media savvy at the time.
Yeah.
We didn't realize the power that Twitter, Facebook, and all these social media sites really had. Our CFO, Jennifer Wright, decided to. She's a brilliant girl. Graduated from Columbia Business School a year and a half ago, and decided to become social media savvy, and created a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Facebook. MySpace, Twitter sites for the company, and one evening she was going through tweets, and those are messages that are sent back and forth between people on Twitter, and she happened to stumble across one from Ashton Kutcher, and one of his claims to fame is he has more followers on Twitter than anyone else, and his tweet said, "Will not do advertisement, but will do brand mention." So you have 130 characters to send out your message. So in 130 characters, Jennifer summarized our product and our company, and included a link to our YouTube site, and to Ashton Kutcher, never thinking that he would ever read it. And not only did he read it, but he retweeted back one word, and it was smart. And because he tweeted to us, it also went out to his 1.3 million followers. So within 24 hours, we had over 100,000 hits on our YouTube site.
Wow! How many have you had to date?
Pushing 800,000 now.
So you're a YouTube rock star.
After that, we linked it to Facebook. We linked it to God. We use all of them. Flickr for photos. Vimeo. It ended up on Dig. I remember one week or 1 month we were like the number 3 out of I don't know, like 4,000 digs. We had more than the president's speech. The president gave a speech that week. Yeah, that week we had 8,400 views, and the president had 6,700 digs or something around that number. But the point being that we had actually more views and more digs than the president did that week, which I found kind of interesting and disturbing.
Well,
but it's a great product. You know, everybody likes pizza. I mean, even saying it puts a smile on your face.
I'm hungry.
Like pickle.
We're hungry here. We're hungry.
You know, I don't know anybody that doesn't like pizza.
No, well, first of all, Will, your story is amazing. We have tons of entrepreneurs that are going to just get inspired from it, and but we want to also cover this. How do we help you get the word out? What's the next steps you're taking to get the word out and sell your boxes, and how are you going to be distributing this product?
Well, our next step is we're in 2 trade shows that are going to be at the end of February and the beginning of March. One of them is the National Restaurant and Food Service Show at the Javits Center in New York, which is February 28th to, I believe, March 2nd. And then we have the Pizza Expo, which is in Las Vegas, which starts on March 2nd and runs to March 4th. So we have 2 key distributors. Our main distributor is Roma Foods, Performance Food Group.
Okay.
We have a national program in place with them.
Right.
And then we also have Imperial Bag and Paper, who is a very green. You know, they distribute private, like 60 to 70% of their products are green products. They're located in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Okay. So wait a second. So for
those are our 2, and we have a handful of 6 or 7 other distributors: Acme Paper, Mansfield Paper, places like that.
So if there's a restaurant,
more regional. But the 2 biggest ones, Cisco is another player in certain regions. There are some of the major the big 4. We're being reviewed right now by 2 of the top 4 pizza chains.
So wait a sec. Tell me a couple things. First of all, first question is, if restaurants are listening today and they want to buy, who do they call and what website do they go to if one of our listeners wants to get your products? Because we have listeners all around the world.
Well, you can go to Roma Foods.
Okay.
Or you Google Roma Foods or Imperial Bag and Paper.
Great. And now I'm the president of the biggest pizza chain in the United States, and I'm on an elevator with you in New York. Give me the elevator pitch. Make our listeners compelled to demand your product. Why is the green box greener and more environmentally friendly than their typical box?
Well, it's manufactured from 100% recycled and recyclable material.
Okay.
The box is multifunctional, so it eliminates the need for any ancillary materials, serving materials like plates, paper plates, even washing dishes, wasting water and detergents.
Okay.
Storing the product, your leftover pizza, there's no need for any type of packaging, Ziploc bags, Saran wrap, aluminum foil, things along those lines, which never break down. They'll be in the landfills till the end of time. Our product and is also easily disposable. So if you easily disposed of it. So even if you live in New York City and you have a really small recycling bin, the box breaks down. A 16-inch pizza box now becomes 8 inches wide. So it's more manageable. It's it's no longer just a simple delivery mechanism. So I think that business owners have a commitment to the environment. We take so much from the environment as in industry.
You're right.
I think where you can, you have to give back, and that's what really motivated me to want to get into the environmental quarter of business. I think that there is a responsibility of business owners, and it's a better mousetrap. I mean, that's the bottom line. It doesn't cost any more money to manufacture it than a regular box. It's just a premium product, and if a restaurateur values their foods as premium foods, they should package it in a better box. I mean,
that's beautiful.
I worked at a major cosmetics company, and 92% of the cost of some fragrances are in packaging.
Really?
So it's just ridiculous. It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to be. So now you're making it from recycled product. It's multifunctional, and so now I'm the president, and I say, hey, Will, this has been a nice elevator ride. Does it cost more than my regular box?
And the answer would be no, it does not.
And there you go. And now I want to call you up and buy this from my big pizza chain. Will, are you going to be now you're going to be obviously a smashing success at the pizza show. We know it. Mike and I are totally amazed by everything you're doing here. But now tell us some of the dreams of the entrepreneur. Obviously, you started this thinking about it in 92, 2001, 2002, the new epiphany and the evolving, and now you're ready, just about to bust out. This is your American Idol moment. What are the dreams in terms of Europe, in terms of Asia? What are the possibilities for your company?
Well, they're limitless. We have international patents filed at the. We also have a trademark on the Green Box name. We're selective at what countries we're going to be trademarking in.
Right.
But we filed with PCT applications for the product. We're more thinking about complementary products, like what else can we do? And we have 5 or 6 other products that are under that same Green Box umbrella with the same approach, using either biodegradable, recycled, recyclable. We're trying to, sustainability, people throw that word around, and there's a real simple definition to sustainable. It's meeting the needs of today without impacting the resources of tomorrow.
Wow.
And that's what Eco Incorporated tries to do. That's what we do. If we don't make products that consume resources. We take resources that have already been used, reclaim them, and meet the needs of today without impacting the resources of tomorrow.
That is amazing. So really you're green. Your company, Eco Incorporated and Green Box, and all the products you have in development behind the Green Box, this is your DNA. You have a green DNA through and through.
Exactly. I grew up on a lake, and I mean those. Just keeping, even when I was a kid, keeping that clean, beer cans floating. I mean, we always did what we could to try to help the environment, and I'm honored that this is my job. I mean, I truly love what I do, And if there's one thing that I could say to people, to entrepreneurs, just don't give up. Don't let somebody tell you can't live your dream or you can't realize your dream.
Where are your boxes manufactured, if you don't mind us asking?
With the physical location, or who's our manufacturer?
What state, where? Because those are real people who are making your boxes are really part of the new green collar economy.
Exactly. Yeah. They're currently being made in Statesville, North Carolina.
Oh, beautiful!
And we don't import anything. We use American-made materials. We reclaim what's called OCC cardboard. We reclaim it, recycle it, and it's all U.S. workers, U.S. material, and we sell it to the United. I mean, we're all about keeping everything in this country.
That is great. And you have a new YouTube video that you taped that you're going to be debuting in Vegas, correct?
Yeah, we do. We have two of them, a demonstration video on how the product works, because there is a demo URL on the front of the box, and we also shot a video with this beautiful little girl, Grace. She's 6 years old, and going to be a movie star, no question about it. And she's just so pure and innocent, and loves the product. Loves it. Wanted to do it. Well, she's the star of our new video.
Well, Will, we so appreciate your time today, Will Walsh. You are the star of Green is Good. You're going to be a green rock star in the environmental and sustainability world. Mike and I are so appreciative when wonderful, visionary, and inspiring entrepreneurs like you take their time out of their day to come on our show, Green is Good. And Will Walsh, we wish you all the luck in the world, and we just want you to know that you are living proof that green is good.